Word of war or warfare, it comes to many of our minds that thinking of going on a battlefield. Now, I think that's poorly just to think of that way on working in looking in that direction because that's a very narrow focus. We actually go on going on war in our daily living, such as going for a job interview. You're gonna compete among the others, or whether on a dating as well. You have to fight for the other man as well, or X, Y, and Z. But what I'm trying to say here is a little different than that. All I can say is I actually, you know, whether you go to passive income, whether you go through gambling, you have to bluff. That's a war, right? You have to not to show or not to give or try to bluff, and someone has to call you bluff it out or raise or whatever the issue is. That's a war as well. Or you're playing chess, it's a war as well. But what I'm trying to say in the real life, such as if you have an unfair dispute or you're being unfair and you have to send emails and after emails to get it right, for example, what's that word? Like your landlord is not giving you fair or X, Y, and Z with the rental, or the shop as well, which I'm currently experiencing as well. Amount of email, then you have to bring in the commission, or perhaps with the VCAT or higher or above with lawyers, whatever, to get involved. That's another war as well. If you're on a court case with that's war. If you go for divorce, that's war. If you're about to go to divorce, that's war as well. But then another war that I tend to look at, and then everyone does not discuss about this, is a workplace. There's the politics. You can't say certain words. You say certain words, you get your job sacked, or you becoming like sexist, patriarchal, or X, Y, and Z. That is war in front of us. So even though you're educated, you have you landed a job, but to stay afloat every single day, you be mindful not to walk on eggshells. And that is war as well. If you think about it, it's all war. And I believe that, and when I think about how do I raise my kids, I think the best way is if they learn how to read and write. Like, when I mean by read and write, it's not like ABCs, like a write like academia, like a lawyer style of emails to defend themselves. All right, because it's war. Everyone's trying to get to you. It is war. You go to a primary school, you get bullied by among of everyone. It is part of the war. What you do, you join in a gang or join in a pack that is going to defend you. That is a war as well. But I'm pretty sure you guys have a lot of warfare encountering in our life, but we're not going to share it. I'm only saying just in this part of area, but I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. But it's just that we got to be prepared. And plus social media, it just spreads even easier. So X, Y, and Z. So that's the way how it is. So that's why I said the war. How can you survive and you can be successful? If you don't do that, you'll never be successful in today's world.